What's up, everybody? I just got out of a video chat with one of my students, and I just had one of the most fascinating conversations I've ever had with a student in my 15 years of teaching. It was just so cool. And I thought instead of just having this conversation with one student, I should share some of the insights that I've gotten recently to share with all of my students and beyond. So this is really cool in that we were just talking, and she said, "Mr. D, what do you think are the reasons why I am so scared of failure and why I am so resistant to dropping my defenses and showing my vulnerabilities? Because I know that those things need to happen for me to really hit my potential and achieve all the things I need and want to achieve." So my response was that I truly believe that deeply wired within us, going back for as long as humanity, we have these preconceived actions, thoughts, and emotions that in some way, shape, or form have served us well and we've benefited from by putting them into action at some point throughout the human existence. And there's purpose behind them. There's a reason why we have these thoughts, and there's a reason why we demonstrate these actions, because they can in some way, shape, or form benefit us. And in answering her question, I was thinking about something that I'd read lately and something that I'd been hearing about, how so much of our unwillingness to drop our vulnerabilities has to do with the two main components that kept the species going throughout all of time, and that is survival and reproduction. So with survival, for so many millions of years, right, we were on the savannah trying to just survive. And if we were sitting around at the campfire with our friends and family one night in our tribe and we heard a twig break behind us, we immediately had this fight or flight response, because that was what we needed to survive. We either picked up the spear and fought our obstacle or our enemy head on to survive, or we got the heck out of there and took shelter in a cave or behind a fire or somewhere so we could stay alive. So this fight or flight response is obviously a major component of why we've been able to survive throughout the course of our existence. And I think that the question that my student was really getting at was more about the other piece of kind of our survival or our mindset, and that has to do with the reproduction piece. And the reproduction piece, although it might not be what you think, it has to do with being accepted by the tribe. And if back in the day your tribe deemed you as a non-contributor or someone that was not helpful toward advancing the tribe, you were ousted and you were literally left outside of the tribe to fend for yourself, and ultimately the inevitable would happen and you'd perish. So we have deeply built within us this mindset of, if I show my vulnerabilities or I drop down my defenses or I show that I'm able to fail, the culture, the society, the tribe is going to oust me. And if I'm ousted, then I'm done. So as we've progressed through our species and throughout the course of time, we've used those two, fight or flight, and doing everything we can to be accepted by the tribe. We've used those two tactics to maintain our survival and our reproduction. Now that times have changed and we don't have to worry about the twig popping behind us and having to be the saber-toothed tiger, or the culture literally ousting us out into the wild for us to fend for ourselves, even though those two things have changed, the fight or flight response and the fear of being ousted by the group are still a very, very big portion of what we are dealing with on a day-to-day basis with our mindset. They just manifest in different ways now. And what I've learned through reading about this stuff is that in order to go above that, not only dependence on the others and not only independence, as Stephen Covey says, but to get to interdependence, that is a level where we as humans are absolutely thriving. So we're no longer just surviving, or I'm no longer just surviving. I want to thrive. And thrive to me means to live with complete purpose and fulfillment every day, every action, every interaction I have with other people. And it's not just about surviving at this point. So I think deeply wired within us is this fear of failure that other people might see, so that we may not be continued to be accepted as part of the group. And that still has incredibly large ramifications now, even in today's culture. And that's why we as humans are so afraid to fail in front of people, to show vulnerability, and to drop our defense mechanisms. But in order for us to truly thrive, to get to that next level and move beyond just survival, to live with this level of interdependence and freedom, we need to thrive. And in order to thrive, we need to let go of some of those fears of failures.